Hello everyone, it is Reversal and welcome back to another episode of Knights and Dragons, and today we are going to level up the first armor in the Celestial Dragons boss collection event, and that is gonna be the Celestial Dragonmail. And we're gonna make sure that we leveled it up to level 35, so that way I can show you guys all of the transformations of this armor, and then we can proceed on crafting the plus version. It's going to be the first armor in the Celestial Dragons boss collection event, so that is really great. I've been waiting for it for a little bit because I had to, but of course I'm going to show you guys the first version first. It's already level 5, leveled it up a little bit, put some armors in there because I needed the space, so I decided to place it in this one. This is the male version. It looks really bad, the male version. It looks really terrible. Same thing with the female version. First evolution or first form, I'm not a huge fan of this, so we're just gonna make sure that this one gets up to level 12, so that way we can get that first formation. It needs to get up to level 12 for it to show the first transformation, so we're gonna try to do that. And I just need to tell you guys, the plus version of this armor currently is the strongest legendary in the game, and I'm not sure which armor of the Celestial Dragons is gonna be better. But for now, the Celestial Dragonmail is actually the best one out there, and that's actually really interesting. I haven't been taking a look or comparing the last armor, that is the new epic boss, but I might as well just do that in just a little bit, so that way we can actually give you guys a good comparison about what's going on and whatnot. But it's getting pretty close right now to get to the first transformation. I'm very excited to actually see what it looks like, because well, first transformations always catch my interest. It is always like, it's either gonna look really cool or it's gonna be waiting to look really cool. That's what I experienced. In my humble opinion, that's how I experienced it. I think this should be enough to make it transform. First transformation, here we go. Kind of reminds me of the combustion armor in a way. I'll show you a picture in the screen right now. Kind of reminds me, it kind of resembles the combustion in a way. It's like the little brother of the combustion. Granted that it's the same elements at the same time, so that's a nice little detail there. But anyway, this is the male version. It looks way more impressive than it did before. I'm starting to like it a little bit more. Of course, I know that the last version, of course, looks really great as well. And this is the female version. It doesn't look that bad for a female version. I really gotta give him that. So we're just going to keep the male version here, and we're just going to keep on going, get it up to level 35. And I'm going to fast forward this process because it's going to take a while. And I'll be back with you guys once it's level 30 once again. Okay, so right now at this point, I actually only have like 4 2-stars left, so we're just going to use those, and then we're straight getting into the fusion boost armors, and that really shouldn't take long before that's actually getting up to level 35. So here we go, already a boost to level 26, went by pretty fast, and we're going to just place this one in, and 3 of these? I'm not sure about it. I really am not sure about this. No, it's not leveling it up to level 35. I'm assuming it's pretty close. Yeah, really close. Level 34. Now, honestly, I don't want to place a legendary in there, so I'm pretty much forced to place this last fusion boost armor in. So here we go. And there we go. Final transformation. Look at this. That thing looks epic. I immediately notice how amazing the eyes look. The shield looks really cool too. I'm very curious to the weapon. We'll show you guys that in a second. But I can finally craft the plus version, as you guys can see. Went up to level 36. But first, before we do anything, we're going to show you guys the female version as well, because we usually do that. The sword looks really cool. Looks like a very scary looking blade that can like cause a lot of damage. And as you guys can see, female version looks like the little brother of the man version. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's really looks kind of awkward. It really looks like a mutant. So we're gonna keep the male version in here. I really do like the male version a lot better than the female version. So we're gonna see this thing in action. But before we do that, of course, we need to make a little comparison to see which one is better. So over here you got the Starplate Aegis, which is a relatively strong armor. Of course, we know that the Celestial Dragonmail is the better one, but that is because it's, that's because the Starplate Aegis is actually a mono. But the difference between the two is actually 6 total combined stats in the advantage of the Celestial Dragonmail. It actually has a lot higher, it is actually way more balanced. The Starplate Aegis actually has a higher attack, but in overall total combined stats, the Celestial Dragonmail actually wins by 6 combined stats, so that's very nice to know. And the second one, the Lunar Vanguard, which is the next one in line that we're going to be leveling up, is actually the second best legendary in the game right now. And the difference between this armor over here and the Lunar Vanguard is actually 2 combined stats, so that's really interesting to know as well. So here you go, gonna see how it attacks. And so far, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty good. I'm actually curious to see that special attack of his. So, gonna slowly show you guys it right now. And, I don't know. It's a little bit disappointing. This armor is a little bit disappointing. It's kind of like missing something at the sides or something. Like some sort of a mantle or a cloak or something. It's a little bit like there's nothing really there, and that kind of like, I don't know, doesn't really excite me as much as it probably should. I have no idea about that, but it's just like, it doesn't really catch up to the taste that I'm having when it comes down to this armor. But in general, this is a pretty strong armor, currently the best legendary in the game. If you guys don't have the same type of armor out there, then I would really suggest you guys go ahead and get this armor, because it actually works perfectly fine, being a very balanced type of armor. And I know I should have done this episode a little bit earlier, but I didn't really have the time to do so. So with Medusa going down and me getting a victory, and of course the experience and the energy, we're going to be rounding this episode off here. So that being said, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and as always, make sure that if you guys like this video, to boom, give it a thumbs up. And oh yeah, I forgot almost to tell you guys, YouTube's been really slow over the last few days, or at least like yesterday and today. It's really taking long for updates to finish, so if this episode comes out a little bit later alongside with other episodes, I apologize for that. It's everything to do with YouTube. Cannot do anything about that. Hope you guys understand. So on that note, I'm gonna finally round this episode off here. And that being said, my name is Reversal. I'll be signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.